From grief to grace, the path of healing. From grief to grace. So let us see how we can walk that path, how we can move from grief, living with grief, to living with grace. Every Saturday, this is a topic suggested by the modern world, the topics that are more suggested by the youth, issues that they face. And so we give them a Saturday topic for the youth so that they can talk to us. Sip Sachin, Sip Atmanand, Sip Sanjay, Kamalji, Sip Minier, Siba, Rumataji, and Sol and Renu, Sip Viresh, Chidanand, Krishna, Anil, Soni, Sip Chidanand, Siri, Savatma, and Krishnanamma, Sip Girishanand, Jyoti, Yogini, Anand, and Sarlanand, Sip Ahem, Sip Prakash, Girija, Paratiyama, Sip Sukhi, Gigi, Siva, Geeta, and Rekha, Sip Balasaheb, Manisha, Shair, and Bliss, Sip Bhagyalata, Poonam, Ashwin Patel, Soham, and Rajanand, Sip Harshal, Bliko, Abha. Welcome to this call. So, do you have any questions on grief, on grace? How to move from grief to grace? What is the cause? Why do we grieve? What is the cause of this grief in human beings? And is there a way to move completely, to flip over from grief to reach that state of grace? So, if you have any suggestions for Saturday's topics, like if you want a topic which are current challenges for people, you can suggest, because these are the Saturday topics, which are new type of topics we have picked. What people say, youngsters say, we want solutions, solution-based topics, topics that they want to us to talk about. For example, somebody told me we should talk on suicide. So whether we should have a topic on. Last time we had a topic on depression. We had a topic on anger. So these are Saturday topics, and they're not directly necessarily straight on spirituality, but they are to do with the spiritual journey. Okay, and if you don't have that, you can take it as an open house and you can ask any questions. You can, there's no limitation. As I told you, this is a public opinion topic. I don't choose Saturday topics. Saturday topic is chosen by others. Bliss.
Hi, Shvaham dear, Shvaham everyone. Love you
Shivoham.
everyone.
Yes.
I think for pass a travel through a grief, you have to really think something's else. So you try to find something that give you happiness and everything, and you remove the mind and you be in consciousness, and you really find the way to become happy. Because if you rest in grief and everything, you will not be good. It will really overtaking and everything on this. So you cannot be like this. You have to choose something that give
Why?
you happiness
Why
and
does a
hang
human
on
being?
happiness.
Why does human being have grief? Why?
Because they don't understand what is the goal of life. And
But normally, grief is when somebody dies, when you lose somebody.
yes,
That is the more you lose a loved one, somebody dear to you
yes,
leaves you. Then you start having grief. Oh, I feel so sad. Why do you feel?
yes.
Why do you feel sad? And how to overcome this sadness? How to go beyond this sadness? That is the discussion. You know how to
But
overcome the sadness.
I have overcome this sadness when my father and mother are dead, because I know it was the best for them to
Oh.
live and to become one with God and everything. So they probably reach the one the supreme immortal power.
So spirituality is a solution.
Yeah,
Spirituality is a way to live with grace, to live in
yeah.
consciousness. So that is the challenge. Good. Thank you, Sachin. Yes, Sachin. As I told you, you
Um,
can go beyond this topic to any other topic you
no,
like. Yes, Sachin.
I wanted to talk about this topic, and same thing I wanted to say that, the only solution is one has to follow spirituality, look for enlightenment, remain in consciousness, be a divine soul. Once person realize that I'm not a body, mind, ego, then that's the only solution. There is no other path. And success is not happiness. Happiness is success. These are the simple mantra which I have learned from you over the period of times. And this is the only way to be all time happy, all time in Ananda. Otherwise, mind will make you, go everywhere. You'll be sad, you'll be glad. So, in order to kill that all, you have to be remain in consciousness. That is what I have understood.
No, I need it here. So what you're saying is
Sip,
correct
sip,
because what happens
sip
is,
in the lip. Let
uh,
let go. These are the some more thoughts which I had now instantly. Sip in the lip and
I mean, I'm happy they told me to talk on the subject of grief. Grief is something which paralyzes you. Grief is something toxic that envelopes you. And when you are enveloped in grief, then you feel so disturbed. You feel so. Therefore, grace is what? Grace is living in consciousness. Grace is living an awakened life. Grief is living under the influence of the mind. Grace is living under the influence of the soul, the consciousness. Thank you,
kesara,
Sachin.
kesara. Be what,
Shiba,
be like.
Ashwin, and God's will. God's will. I was wondering where is God's will gone? I'm seeing God's will after some days. Siba, Ashwin Patel, and God's will.
Pranam Guruji and lots of gratitude Guruji. From
Yes.
grief to when you walk spiritually Guruji, because of our karmic cycle, even under the guidance of the Guru, it is very difficult to accept the situation, all the situations which we were facing, and it is very challenging Guruji to accept and digest all those situations. But not impossible Guruji, because as we try to heal with those situations by letting it go, acceptance and surrender, don't react and respond, accepting as everything is a leela, I am nothing, I'm nobody. So Guruji, as you walk on this process, this is a healing process. Once upon a time, then you realize ki neti neti tattvamasi, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm that. And then according to prarabdha karma and agami karma, these both are playing the role. And then again, I'm not this means I'm not this body, I'm not this mind, I'm not this I'm that soul, I'm a divine soul. Soul is a sip and sip is in all, and I am that. So Guruji, in this way, this is a healing process, and this is a grace of God, and this grace of the Guruji.
Oh, very good. What you're saying is very beautiful. What you're saying is the healing process is the awakening process.
Yeah, Guruji.
एक बार आदमी awaken हो जाता है, the person is awakened, अपने आप heal होगा.
हाँ गुरुजी.
उसको grief होगा ही नहीं. Grief कैसे होगा?
नहीं होगा.
Because you are already living in subconsciousness. If you're living in subconsciousness, then you're fine. Good. Well, very well. Today you are in consciousness. Ashwin Patel and
Guruji,
God's will.
Every minute I will be in consciousness,
Very good.
because life is very happening, Guruji.
Ashwin and will, God's will.
In our family, sorry. Salam.
Sip.
Grief can be very overwhelming. In our family, in the last few months, we had 3 deaths. And it can bring a mixture of emotions, from sadness to guilt, even to relief, and all sorts of things as going through your mind. As we talk about mind a lot, and it's very important to understand that one has to feel how one needs to feel at the time when that happens without judgment. Now, the trouble is, healing is not linear. I mean, it takes time, and it's very difficult sometimes to accept that it has happened, So for me, has been very, very difficult, especially two of them were very close to me. One was a brother, one was a mother-in-law. And it has taken time to get rid of those emotions which we're going through.
So, Ashwin, what happens when I totally appreciate what you say and I feel what you say, but spirituality, the journey, is the realization that the dear ones actually never passed away. The dear ones that we had, they finished their journey. Like you and me, Ashwin, we are not going to be here forever. Suppose today suppose I was told that I have a terminal illness and I'm going to live for 14 days. There are two ways, either to grieve over the next 14 days or to gracefully live it, realizing the body has to ultimately go. So Ashwin, when you start realizing that you are the ultimate soul, you are a immortal soul. Ultimately, you realize I'm an immortal soul. That gives you grace. That makes you feel that I am a part of the Supreme. And today, whoever goes has become one with the Supreme. They have merged back with the Supreme. If they had some karma, you and me can do nothing about it. Good, whatever karma, they would have already started a new journey. But there's nothing else. So Ashwin, just to put it together, in the moment of death, only there are two possibilities. It is a rejuvenation, a new life, or a liberation and unification with the divine. And our only challenge of life is, I'm happy you're on this call. And the only challenge for us is to realize that we will be united with the Supreme. If we are able to live with this consciousness, then we are peaceful. Then nothing will disturb us. And slowly, that's why this is called a realization. So it is an okay. That's why people say, why do we destroy the remains of somebody? Because that is not them. Because they have left the body, we let the body return to ashes. Otherwise, we would never. Like the ancient Egyptians they made mummies. Why? Because they didn't realize the body is nothing. So that person, that prana, that jhan, that life is supreme, is Sip. So when you start realizing, I am not Ashwin Patel, I am Sip in Ashwin Patel, I am that power of the divine that is occupying the space of Ashwin Patel as Ashwin Patel, you become God. You start living a divine life. That is exactly what is grace all about.
The trouble is, it takes time, though. It's exhausting when it happens, and it takes the whole process, what you just described. It unfortunately, emotions are such that it takes a little bit of time to get over it and
as you
realize the way you're talking about it.
But you're probably a little new to this whole concept of what we are talking. I don't know how much you have been following it since how long before you came here.
Oh, very, very recent. My
So
boss
as you become,
has
you become stronger, Ashwin. You become stronger and stronger and stronger. Then you are able to face it. That is the challenge. Thank you. Good, but good good. Thanks for sharing. God's will. Where are you? Welcome back. I thought I missed you for I don't know how many days, 1 or 2 days at least.
Oh, Shivo Hangsit, what a great
Sure.
honor.
I hope all is well with you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Tell me.
I'll tell that separately too. I think one of the things when all human beings, none of us like to be humiliated. This is the problem, But in my view, I've felt this very strongly, but this is the reason I like the Buddha. The Buddha really stressed the first noble truth that he used to say, there is suffering. Suffering must be understood. This is a very deep truth. And most of us, most humans, they say, there is suffering, suffering must be destroyed. There is suffering, we must escape. There is suffering, I won't accept it. There is suffering, get rid of it. But that's not what the Buddha says. He says, there is suffering, suffering must be understood. suffering. But usually we get insulted by people or hurt, and it's very humiliating. And we think, I refuse. I'm going to enlightenment. I'm not going to accept this. And this is how I think it's a big issue. Going from grief to enlightenment is a huge issue, because the way as I see it, is one of the big. It's not a hurdle, but the path is certainly for the Buddha praised the willingness, ability to accept what is unpleasant. But you need a really loving heart to do that. You need love, a lot of love, and a lot of humility, because it's really humiliating. If you get hurt by someone, they hurt your feelings. To be able to accept that, it's usually easier just to shout. If someone hurts you, you shout at them or complain, take them to court, do something to get back.
But what is when you realize it's all a show? What when you realize it's a leela, it's a divine leela? Then what?
Yeah, well, that's what everybody says. They say like leela, leela, but if you do that, if you don't face the suffering, you just build up anger inside your heart, and then one day
No, you should not. Okay, I don't know whether I've told this to you. They say, what is the best solution? Is it when you get angry, for example, is it to express it or to suppress it? What is
No,
better?
No, you've got to feel it. It's really hard. I mean, see, in fact, it's easy for me to talk like this. Anybody can talk like this. I can say, you've got to go with your feeling. You've got to feel your suffering. Everybody can give advice. I enjoy giving advice, but it's not something people really want to hear, you know? I say, you've got to be patient. You've got to be patient. You've got to feel the suffering. And people think, why don't you shut up?
So therefore, you don't suppress your anger. It will burst. You don't express your anger. It will flare up. You forgive. And when will you forgive? You will only forgive when you realize the forgiver and the forgiven are the same. When you come to realize that the right hand does not have to forgive the left hand, the tongue that is bit by the teeth does not have to forgive the teeth, because the teeth by mistake bit the tongue. That does not mean that the teeth have become a criminal. No, I realize I am the tongue, I am the teeth. There is no difference. This consciousness is important. When we are in that state of consciousness, God's will, then we will be able to forgive. Then we will be able to live in that consciousness of eternal forgiveness. We will not hold any grudge and grief.
I have the idea humility is part of it. And maybe I'm emphasizing this wrongly, but I know it's really hard to accept your grief is really hard, you know. It's not easy.
Not easier.
Anybody can tell someone else advice. I enjoy it. I could sit and give advice.
No, it's not advice. We have to awaken.
Exactly.
And the moment you awaken, you don't need advice. Then you become strong. That is the challenge. Good to see you back. Rutanu, Bala Sahib, and we have new Bhagirath. I think Bhagirath is new. Rutanu, Bala Sahib, Bhagirath.
Shivoham, Guruji.
Shivoham.
Guruji, it's easier said than done. When you are stuck with grief, for some time you are stuck, and then slowly you recover because you have Guru and Sikh.
So the question is, who is experiencing the grief? Who is experiencing the grief?
The soul is experiencing the grief.
No, the soul does not grieve. The grief is experienced by the body, mind, ego, the BME. And as long as we are then there will be grief. Okay. I think there's some noise. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay. Bala Sahib. There's too much noise that you can hear. Bala Sahib.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, the root cause of all grief is believing that we are mind, we are body, and we are ego.
100%.
Yes, sir. And sir, when we realize that I am not the body, not the mind, not the ego, and when we overcome all the miseries of the mind, sir, and enlighten the ego, and when we realize all is oneness, then I think, sir, then we get the grace from the divine, sir.
Absolutely, you're 100% with the best answer. Very beautifully said. Actually, Bala Sahib, grief. Who has the grief? The
Mind,
grief
sir.
is the mind in the body with the ego. All three. Na? B and
Yes,
आपने बोला. It is B. Mind does not exist on its own. Mind is the
yes,
software of the body. So suppose I today so my best friend dies in a road accident. Oh my God, we were having lunch together just now, and then he went out and he had a road accident and he's gone. How can I digest it? Some people are from. Then how do you move from grief to grace? By realizing it's gone. First of all, he is gone. Nothing can justify it. Then understanding karma, understanding that everything is unfolding as per karma,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
and then understanding ultimately that the body has died, but he has not died. He is a soul. He is not capable of. So all this awakening, I think Shiba gave the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shiba gave so many points. When we are awakened, we live with grace. When we are not awakened, we are running a race. Huh?
yes, sir. Yes, definitely.
GRACE. But
Yes,
very
sir. Yes,
beautiful. You told it very beautifully, Balasan. Thank you.
yes, yes, sir. Thank you.
Anything more? But you told it very nicely.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bhagyalata and Abba. Bhagyalata, unmute, please. You have to unmute. Bhagyalata. Yes, please. Again, unmute.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, please.
Because I can speak in Hindi.
Yes, you can speak in Hindi.
Okay, because not that I am not that fluent in English.
No
So
problem.
I can
Hindi,
speak.
English. Hindi, English.
एक्चुअली मैं बहुत अच्छी घर की लड़की थी। तो मेरा शादी तो बहुत छोटा में मेरा शादी हो गई और 35 ईयर में मेरा हस्बैंड का डेथ हो गया। तो उसका बाद में मैं झेलना पड़ा। मेरा इतना जिंदगी बर्बाद हो गया एकदम। 23 ईयर्स तक मैं बोला मैं शादी वादी नहीं करेंगे। तो हम लोग रिच फैमिली थे तो उसी में एडजस्ट हो गई। फिर मैं अपोलो हॉस्पिटल में काउंसलर कम PRO ऐसे हॉस्पिटल्स में फ्रंट ऑफिस मैनेजर ऐसे बहुत काम किए। लास्ट में घर वाले और बच्चा लोग सब मिलके सोचा इसका ये बुढ़ापा आ रहा है, इसको कौन इसको देखेगा बोल के हमको एक आदमी को शादी करके दिया जिसका बेबी डेथ ऑलरेडी ही वाज ए विडोवर। तो उसका बाद में मैं अभी 8 साल हो रहा है सर। इतना मैं सह रहा है आई एम नॉट एबल आई एम आई थिंक सो मेनी टाइम्स आई हैव ट्राइड फॉर सुसाइड। मगर मैं शिरडी बाबा का पुजारी हूँ तो मैं सोचता बाबा का हमको आशीर्वाद आता है मैं तुम्हारा साथ हूँ। तुम अभी ऐसा कुछ नहीं करना बेटा, मैं तुम्हारा। मेरे को घर नहीं है सर, मेरा घर मेरा बैंक बैलेंस मेरा सब कुछ मैंने बच्चों के लिए ये कर दिया। बच्चे अभी अपने इसमें है, वो लोग हमको देखता नहीं है, कोई नहीं है। मैं इतनी परेशान हूँ जिसका साथ में रहती हूँ इतना मुझे स्लेव जैसा सर्वेंट जैसा मेंटली फिजिकली टॉर्चर करते हैं सर। वेयर इज गॉड? Why God is giving me such karma?
आप किधर है अभी?
मैं केरला में।
आप बेंगलोर में आ जाओ, आप हमारे आश्रम में आके रहो।
नहीं, मेरा साथ में मेरा पपी है, मेरा किटी है, बस यही दोनों हमको प्यार देता है।
कौन
बस
पप्पी है? और
पुसी पुसी।
हाँ, लेके आओ, सभी को लेके आओ।
इसीलिए मैं अभी सोच रहा था मैं क्या करूं
ये
जीने
कॉल
के
में
लिए।
कैसे आया?
मेरा
किसने
पास
बोला? ये कॉल के बारे में किसने बताया आपको?
मैं आपका फेसबुक में देखा था ना तो मैं उसमें रजिस्टर किया।
तो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, अगर आप संभल सकता है उधर, सब ठीक है तो ठीक है, नहीं तो बेंगलोर आ जाओ। प्रभु में ऐसा नहीं बोलना वेयर इज गॉड, गॉड इज इनसाइड यू।
बट
भगवान
हमको डेली सॉरी हमको डेली बाबा का दर्शन होता है। बोलता है मैं बेटी मैं हूँ, मैं तेरा घर आएगा, तू चिंता मत कर, तू चिंता मत कर। मगर यही सोच सोच के मैं 30-35 साल मेरा बीत गया सर। अभी मेरा बुढ़ापा आ गया। मैं थोड़ा दिन आराम से रहना चाहता, थोड़ा गरीब लोग को खाना खिला के। मेरा पास कुछ नहीं है।
तो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ आपको, अगर आप वहाँ पे आराम केरला में है तो ठीक है, नहीं तो हमारा आश्रम का एड्रेस है आपके पास फेसबुक में, आप बेंगलोर में आ जाओ, आराम से आके आश्रम में रह सकता है, कोई टेंशन नहीं है।
मैं भजन गाती हूँ, मैं ऐसे गाना उना गाती हूँ तो उसी में मेरा जिंदगी कट जाता है।
ठीक है, जब भी तकलीफ है तो आप जूम कॉल में आ जाना, ठीक है? ये आपको लिंक पता
अच्छा
है ना, कभी भी तकलीफ
अच्छा
है तो
जी।
कॉल
हाँ
पे आ
सर,
जाना। Okay, thank you. Abba and Pushpa. Pushpa. You
Hello.
found out? You found? Yes, Abba.
Pranam.
Shra-
Um, it's funny that lady took my, uh, oh, it felt really quite
It's okay.
bad for,
Don't
yeah,
see. What happens
yeah,
is when somebody is in difficulty, we can offer them. You saw the offer, right? Come
yeah,
and then that means they are under control. This is
yeah,
how you should feel grateful
yeah.
that we are here as a
No,
group.
but you see, funny thing is that my question was slightly related to that.
Oh, go
In
ahead.
my family, there's a young widow who became a widow just recently. The husband was absolutely wonderful person, um, uh, and they have two young kids, and she is. I don't know. Nobody knows how to help her because he was an amazing human being, and he's gone, and uh, she's left with the responsibilities. What advice do you give to somebody like that?
The advice is to first of all not ask the question why, because we have to understand that everything is unfolding as per karma, not
Correct.
her karma, not her karma which she might have been doing as what you know her to be, but maybe a karma of a last life. Therefore, the only solution to all problems is to awaken spiritually and to realize I am a divine soul and I have two young souls. I don't know the detail, right? Whether she is capable of independently financially handling them, or does she need emotional support or financial support? How old are the kids? Where is she? All these questions we will have to look in. But there is
Yes.
always a solution to the problem.
True. Yeah, we're just sitting and watching. That's the problem. You know,
How,
we're
how,
not
how,
close enough, but, you know,
how old are the kids? How old are the kids?
15.
And how old is she?
She must be around 50.
And can she able to
Or
work, or
maybe.
she's financially stable, or what?
Not 100% certain, and don't want to ask too many questions, and you know, but just feel a little.
So Abba,
Yeah,
what?
I mean, I feel for her, and I feel that if I was in the same situation, I think what I've heard is that at the moment she's full of anger. You
No,
know,
anger is not going to solve anything.
I know, of course, but you can't tell that person
No, you can't tell.
because, yeah,
But
yeah,
but probably, maybe if you can get her on a call and she can vent out her feelings, and if she can come, maybe she could say what she wants to say. If you can
true. But,
invite her for the
yeah,
call
but
and tell her there's a
I,
call, you can come
I
and say,
imagine, yeah, I
yeah.
imagine the problem is just dealing with the aftermath, you know, and everything. It's a combination of everything. I'm sure, you know.
So
He's left the
Abba,
business behind. Yeah,
between
yeah.
you and me about what we our own the way to deal with any situation is called A, B, and C.
Yes,
A
of course.
is first of all you have to accept it. You agree with me?
Yeah,
Anything, suppose something happens to you or to me, Abba, what do we have to do? First of all, we have to accept it.
yeah.
We have no choice. I'm saying, imagine something happens to you or me. Do we have a choice, Abba?
No, I have not a problem. I
No.
understand. I
Yeah.
understand the situation.
So
But
for what I'm
I was
saying,
just wondering if there was a way to make a person, she, when she's in the grip of this whole thing, and
oh,
if there was a way, yeah, to
there is
help.
a way. The way on this call, anybody coming on this call will find the solution. But how can you
Yeah,
bring her on this call? That is up to you. I can't bring her on the call. So
yeah.
I know anybody who see, because we have to accept, we have to do our
Mm,
best, and we have to choose to surrender. ABC
yeah,
is the answer.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
of course things will go wrong. Of course,
Mm,
in this life is meant for things to go wrong. It's called a karma bhumi. A
yeah,
karma bhumi means this is the land of karma. It's a land where, oh, what is this whole drama? That why is that trauma? The trauma,
yeah,
because this drama is unfolding as per karma. What can you do? You
yeah,
can do nothing about it.
yeah. Yeah,
So-
no,
so-
I know. Yeah, I know that. And at this age, I have that
So
kind of wisdom, but it's very difficult to uh, make another person, a young
yeah,
person, understand that. Yeah,
all you can do is somehow get her to get the Zoom link, get her on the call,
yeah,
and tell
yeah,
her to vent out. Say you can go on the call and you can curse as much as you want. You can, I know how you're going to tell that to her, but you can share all your how you hurt you feel and get an answer to your questions. Get a way forward. So if she wants a
yeah,
way forward, then see that there's always a solution. Our
yeah,
challenge is to find it. There is no lock in this world which does not have a key.
yeah,
Every lock is made with a key. Now, if the key is locked, we have to find the key.
yeah.
But there's no lock in. I don't believe there's any lock in this world which has no key.
Okay, well, let's see.
And on your part, all you can do, Abba, is on your part, just do your best. That's all
Yes,
I can tell you. Do
yes.
whatever best you can. That's it. And not think anything beyond. Just do your best.
The best thing that I have learned from you is the ABCD formula, and I do follow that.
Okay. So just yeah, just
Correct.
and don't see also where you're concerned, don't grieve on because of her, right? You have to gracefully accept. Don't feel there's any, and this world is not being controlled by a creator, a power who is unfair.
No, no,
This
I know
world,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's been we are in the hands of the most divine, the most beautiful power. We must accept, we must understand.
I don't even grieve for all these
Okay,
wretched,
good,
excuse
good.
me, political people who are making
No, I
everybody
just wanted to
wretched.
be sure. I just wanted to be sure I'm not missing any point for you. That's all. I
Yeah,
just shared.
thank you, thank you,
Thank you,
thank you.
Abba. Thank you. Uma Natarajan Yogini.
Shivam Guruji, I'm not alone. God is always with me.
Very good. Sure. Tell me.
So I have been in this call for almost 1.5 years, and I have lost my dear ones, my son, and also my husband. And after getting into this call, I have realized that we have to accept whatever happens, and I have surrendered. And I'm living life every moment joyously now. I love traveling, and I've been traveling a lot, and I love public speaking, and I'm into Toastmasters, and I also help people. I teach children, so all that gives me happiness, and I also spread this AiR happiness secret to everyone, and that keeps me going. So I have accepted that everything happens according to your karma, and past is a history, future is a mystery, and the present is a pastry. So I just live according to
I
that.
learned that pastry from you today.
So I'm so
Uh,
thankful to you for this call, and every call of yours recharges me and keeps me going. And I spread this happiness secret to everyone as much as possible.
what more can we do, Ma? You're happy. I can see you smiling despite whatever. Correct? Because in this drama, we are not here to decide what is going to happen. The storyboard is not in our hand, Uma. What is the storyboard of this drama? Somebody else is controlling. What has been given in our hand, Uma? It's our choice to be happy. What you're doing the best. You're happy. You're content. You're not compromising. Whatever best you can do, you're spreading happiness. You're going about. You're talking. You're accepting. What more? And you have surrendered yourself to the Supreme. You're in, I can see that you have completely surrendered. That is the best way to live. Are you looking for anything better?
No, I'm happy. I'm contented.
So
Thank you
very
so
good.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I hope if I don't know, you know whether you're not here this call regularly. The retreat has been fixed for September. Just
Yeah,
for
yeah.
information.
Registered.
Yeah.
I have registered. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay. Although those of you sometimes I see you all, sometimes I don't want you all to miss. So the retreat is there. Thank you. And we have got the next Yogini Pushpa Siba Rutanu.
Shivam, sir.
Shiva.
So grief is due to the ignorance and lack of faith. And if we keep grieving on this, it becomes toxic.
Correct.
So we need to have a guru in our life or a Zoom call like this, which will really bring us to light.
So you're right. What you said, if you don't control this grief, it will just multiply into such a toxic thing. It will take you to depression. It can
Yeah,
it can make you just commit a suicide. It is so dangerous.
correct.
I know people, I know a lady's husband passed away. In that night, she committed suicide. I mean, what is this? So this we have to learn to have faith. Yes, have the help of some guide, some mentor, because spirituality, Yogini, is so beautiful
Yeah.
that you're able to accept everything, man. If you're sorted, if you're completely skewed onto spirituality, that's your life. Nothing
We should
matters.
be very lucky to get a mentor like you.
I am lucky to have all of you so that we are together on this beautiful journey. No, this see, everybody is not lucky to have a journey like this, right? It's a beautiful journey. All it
Yeah.
takes, we know 8 o'clock, the gate will open. So my new poster says, Hour of Power. We have a date at 8. So they're making a new poster. I like the way they have put it. It's the hour of power. Yes, it's an hour where you will discover power.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Thank you. Good, very well
Thank
said.
you.
Today you've shared something good. Pushpa, Siba, and Rutanu.
Good evening, Guruji and everyone.
Yes, Pushpa.
I'm the youngest in my family out of 6, and I love my mom very much. So I used to speak to her every day, and once a week I have dinner with her. So my mother was worried that if she falls sick, she worried that none of her children can take care of her, and she was happy that she lived then to be sick. Okay, so because she had this concern, so when she passed away, I couldn't grieve because I had just felt that she's going to a good place.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't grieve. I don't know. I love her so much, but I couldn't grieve. Because can you imagine, I have a client who's 95 years old. Her eyes is giving way, her ears is giving way, her hand is not functioning. And I don't want to be in that position. I prefer to die. But actual fact, I'm grieving because I have a daughter who's 36, right? And I go somewhere, I see other children, and my daughter is not. I have a daughter, but the person is not there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, so by
I am.
grieving, I think I told you this last time.
Yeah. What
By-
I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I'm grieving when I'm not conscious.
Yeah. And other than when you're conscious, just do whatever little best you can for your daughter. We
Yeah.
have
So
discussed
what I'm
this.
trying to say is, we have a person and we still grieve. We grieving is not only when the person dies. Because I'm grieving the child that I don't have.
But don't grieve.
Yeah,
Because
when I'm not
grieving
conscious.
will, grieving will, grieving will.
If I didn't join you, I would be grieving.
Now you're joined us and you're part of us. See, accept and let her go through her karmic journey. It's her karmic journey, and respect it. Respect it, because we all have to respect the laws of the universe. If we don't respect, what it means is we don't respect the creator's intelligence or the creator's plan. No. What are we? We are nothing. We are puppets.
I think
We are mere puppets.
the ego is grieving.
No, you are becoming stronger. You are becoming stronger day by day. Just try to be more and more in consciousness. Then you will be okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Siba and Rutanu.
Guruji, I just wanted to share ki day by day reverence towards you is ongoing, Guruji. Because when you because this is my realization, Guruji. Because when you 100% surrender to SIP, कि जो तुझे जैसे रखना है वैसे रख, अभी मैं मेरा दिमाग चलाना बंद कर दूंगी. Guruji, I have experienced this, Guruji. I will talk to you in any other call, Guruji. Because in one night, Guruji, the show can change. You have never thought of that plan also, Guruji, कि ऐसा भी plan workout होता है क्या? It's a divine God's plan. क्या है कुछ भी मालूम नहीं होता है, Guruji. And because of our negativity, sankalp vikalp, Guruji, we trouble ourselves like anything. We lose our consciousness. And Guruji, मैं इतना ही बता सकती हूँ, but SIP's plan is beyond our imagination, Guruji.
That's why we call it the fourth factor. फोर्थ फैक्टर का मतलब है हमारे सोच के आगे है. लेकिन अगर if only we are able to completely surrender, then it's okay. तुम ही सब कुछ जानत प्रीतम, तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो, दुख में सुख में मेरे प्रीतम तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो. We should not protest.
Yeah.
The biggest problem when we grieve, whether we are grieving when we are grieving with a situation, somebody's making us unhappy and grieving, we lose somebody, whatever, we should not grieve. A first sign of consciousness, the first sign of consciousness is to be happy. If you are happy, it means you are in truth consciousness, Sat Chit Anand. Being in Sat Chit Anand, very important. Okay, good Shiva. We have got Ruth Anu and Sita. I hope Ruth Anu, you got no noise in the background.
Yes, Shivam, Guruji, now it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. There was too much noise in the background. Yeah.
Yes. Guruji, I wanted to say and thank you for the podcast with Naira ma'am. It was really nice. I got hooked onto it and I was just listening.
Good. I
It was
told you I don't
really
watch
very
the
good.
podcast. So you watch for me. I don't watch the
No,
podcast.
no, Guruji. And Guruji, secondly, I wanted to say, yeah, actually, we cannot help it. It is not a choice. We don't have an option. So the only thing we can do is take care of ourselves after somebody goes. And secondly, I have often seen couples like if one partner goes, within few months, the other partner also goes. Is it because of grief? Or
Maybe. Maybe.
maybe they have some medical problems or something or the other.
No, you can't. There's no direct connection. There is no. There's sometimes one partner goes, other partner is there for 50 years. There's no direct connection like that. It all depends on death is not in our hands. Ultimately, death is in the hands of the divine. So we don't have to worry about it.
But Guruji, we can learn and we can imbibe so many things from you. I know you're always there, Sip is always there. But when the grief starts, then how we'll react, we don't know.
Because you go to mind state. The moment you're in mind state, you will react. The moment you're in consciousness, you will respond. The challenge for all of us in this call, what is the challenge for all of us? We have one major challenge: to be in consciousness, and to be in truth consciousness. Truth consciousness means, who am I? I am not neti tattvamasi. This consciousness that I am a manifestation of the divine, there cannot be any grief. How can there be grief? If you are the soul and the soul is Sip, how can you have grief? Cannot have grief.
Guruji, I am having that current in my legs when I think of the grief also that people go through.
No, I understand, but the grief that people go through, we should see that with grace. We should not be part of the grief. Right? Thank you, Sita. Sita.
Thank you.
Yes. Sita.
Shivam Guruji, my body is sick, especially my face, so it's swollen up. So I feel bad to show my face, but I'm still proud to show my face. Today
You
is
look perfectly normal. You don't look like that. You look normal. Okay.
Thank you, Guruji. Today's message was your question was definitely for me, because this morning I got a message of grief and I went to grace. Yes, I always told you, every year whenever I met you, I told you the month of May is always I grieve, because totally I've got 5 deaths in that month. I always try to forget the month of May. But you have told me, accept, surrender, it's the karma of the human being. A person whose soul has gone, just forget it and come back to consciousness. But this morning, a school friend's sister just went like that. And yes, everybody was shocked, everybody was sad. But when it came to me, I just sent a message, be happy. It's God's will. So everybody questioned me how when somebody is devastated with such a with sickness and has gone and has left, how come you are so happy? I said, my mind says so. I'm in consciousness. Then I spoke to them and I told them, why don't you get into happiness? So some of them contacted me personally, Guruji, and I've given them the Instagram link. I hope they'll get in touch with you. But yes, your guidance, your guru's guidance was definitely taken me to a level of getting off the mind and coming back to accept, surrender, to get into consciousness. Thank you
But
so much, Guru.
very good. I want to tell you one thing. Whenever somebody passes away, correct?
Yes.
So it's very important that we give them a full condolence message. So the full condolence message is not just being happy, correct? It is giving people, you have the short form of that, condolence. It is about how we can guide them to have the strength, and that is very, very important. I'm just seeing if I have the message.
Yes, I did that too, Guruji. Condolences to you and your family. May God give you the strength and the courage to carry on with life, and for the loss is a loss.
Okay. I unfortunately I'm not able to find it straight away. But so therefore, we have to give people the realization that we have to accept, we have to have the courage to live. Because of course anybody would grieve if somebody passes away, but that grief should only last for a moment. That grief should get, it is natural for a human being to grieve, right? For that one moment. Okay. And then it's over.
Om
Because if the
Shanti, I
person,
also said.
yeah.
No, what I was trying to tell you that so many in the month of May. So for me, it really that experiences, these experiences guided me that it's going to happen to the person the same way how I felt at that time, at that year, at that moment. So
I will send this to you all. So I just saw one message I sent people. I say my deepest condolence. May you have the strength to bear the loss. As we pray for the departed one who has left the body, oh Lord, may we realize the truth that this journey of life is to become one with you. The purpose of life is ultimately that. Therefore, death is ultimately a moment of celebration. This is how we have to realize. Okay. Good.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. So we have anybody. Oh, we've come to the end of a session, but we still have 5 minutes. Would anybody like to ask any questions? Otherwise, we can talk of the retreat. If anybody wants to ask anything about the retreat, it's coming very close. And anybody wants to have topics like this, if you have any suggestion for any topics, you can give suggestion. As I told you, the retreat has limited seats. So those who are interested in the retreat must quickly block their seat. And otherwise it may not be possible to accommodate everybody. And if anybody has any suggestions for Zoom topics, being a Saturday is the day where we are accepting your topics which we can decide every Saturday. But otherwise, the journey of life is a journey to be happy, eternal happiness through enlightenment. That is the focus. We have two questions, Ahem Atma and Siva.
Guruji, Krishnoham. I think I could join only by 8:30. Sorry for it, actually. Anyhow, I will recap it by.
You are a YouTube expert, so you will always go to YouTube.
Definitely. No, I'm just going through all the previous these things. Guruji, I'm going through your book, The Mind is a Rascal. In that, you have given one wordings. Thoughts leads to feelings. Thoughts leads to feelings. Feelings leads to emotions. Emotions leads to actions. Actions leads to habits, and habits leads to character, and character leads to destiny. Some word, I think I am unable to recollect it. The very first step in killing the mind is we should take care of emotions. Something like that you said
Yeah,
in
but
that.
I think you're missing one thing. It is
Yeah.
not thoughts. Thoughts create feelings. Feelings create actions. There's no emotion here. Thoughts create feelings that create actions, that create habits, that create character, that creates a destiny.
Correct.
But what creates thoughts is emotions.
What
Emotion is the
more?
raw material. Emotion is the raw material for thought.
I thought that it is a feelings is an emotion like that. I thought actually
No,
it is
no,
not
no, no.
that.
You can read and check it. Thoughts
Sure.
become feelings. Feelings become
Okay.
action.
Okay.
But you cannot control thought directly.
Okay.
But you can control emotion.
Mm.
And emotion is the raw material for thought. So I often tell in the book, if you put glass in a bottle factory, you will get glass bottle. If you put plastic in the factory, you will get plastic bottles. If you put white color, you will get white bottle. You put green color, you will get green bottle. So what are we putting in our head? Are we putting pep or nep? Pep is positive emotion that has power. Nep is negative emotion that is poison. We must flip from nep to pep.
Okay. How to kill the mind means we should take care of emotions. At that stage itself, we should control. Something like that you are
We
saying.
should choose. We should choose pep. Choose positive emotions.
Okay.
And then you should still the mind. So the two most important points is still the mind, choose positive emotions, move to consciousness, activate the intellect, lock the mind. Your mind is no more.
Okay.
In fact, that is one book I wanted to write, but we're writing too many books on mind and peace. So I'm now at the final decision as what book to write in the month of June. None of you had given me suggestions. So if there's a WhatsApp message you all can give. If any type of book is missing, if you feel out of the 92 books we have written, if any topic is missing, you let me know.
Yeah. Thanks,
Last
Guruji.
question. Thank you. Last question, Siba.
Guruji, when are we going to start our Nirvana course, Guruji?
हो जाएगा. Maybe 1 or 2 weeks we will start with one course. पहले one course. See,
Before-
Nirvana is a 11 step course.
Yeah.
11 levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3. So people don't even, you ask any Buddhist what is Nirvana, they will struggle to answer. क्या है Nirvana?
मतलब जैनिज्म में ऐसे बोलते हैं गुरुजी, मतलब महावीर गॉट निर्वाणा, वो डेट बोलते हैं उनकी. निर्वाणा मतलब अभी जैसे आई जस्ट टेल इन हिंदी, ज्योत में ज्योत विराजमान, मतलब गेटिंग दैट merging with Sip, Guruji.
Moksha, basically moksha.
Yeah.
But Nirvana is also possible in the Zoom call.
Yeah.
Suppose you're coming in the Zoom call. How can you be in a state of Nirvana? You can be. If you are able to be free from the pain of the body, misery of the mind, agony of the ego, if you are able to be in SIP consciousness, if you are able to see SIP in all, if you are able to enjoy Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, then you will be in a state of eternal happiness. And that state of eternal happiness is Satchit Anand. That is Nirvana.
Yeah.
Provided you are living as a Jivan Mukta, as a Sthit Pragya, you will experience complete Nirvana.
Guruji, in a 3 hours Zoom call, is it possible, Guruji?
3 hours Zoom call. Why 3 hours Zoom call?
Last time we had na Guruji, one call tha na Guruji.
Nirvana course cannot be done in 3 hours Zoom call. It is a 2-day course. We can do a crash course. We can do a summary course, but that will not give the required. Okay, thank you. Let us do a 2-minute meditation before we close. Dear Lord, every evening at 8, you have a date with us. And every evening, my dear Sip, you create an hour of power. This hour of power gives us the strength to still the mind, to kill the mind. The ego is awakened. We are established in SIP consciousness. It is in this 1 hour that we feel so deep the connection with you. We feel in this 1 hour a yogic strength, that state of yoga which liberates us from the bhoga of this material world. You have blessed us all to be jigyasus, seekers. You have given us the strength of mumukshutva, the deep love and longing. You have given us the discipline. You have taught us sama, dama, uparati, titiksha, shraddha, samadhana, the shat shampat. You have given us the gift of viveka chudamani. You have given us the power of discrimination. During the course of this call, you have helped us to be in a state of dispassion, that vairagya, which does not direct us to give up this world. But with your grace and your blessings, we accept every pleasure as a prasadam. We don't live with desire and passion, but we enjoy pleasure, live with peace as we try to discover the purpose of our existence. Each one of us is at a different level in the journey to reach you. Some are awakened, some are AFA, some are little enlightened, some are reaching EFE, fully enlightened. We need your grace. No grief. Why should we grieve? There is no need to grieve, because when SIP is in the temple of our heart, there is no reason for us to lose Satchit Anand. Bless us, Lord, to never forget that you are with us all the time. Bless us, Lord, that we don't think of anything else but thee 24/7. Let this be in our consciousness. And so we forgive all those, knowing that they are all manifestations of the divine. Let us not forget that each soul is divine. With this, give us the blessing to be on this call every day. Let us all grow as we are present in this call every evening at 8. Open thy gate so we can spend this hour with thy power. Ultimately, we have only one goal: to become one with you. Prabhu Pana, Prabhu Pana, Prabhu Pana. Thank you for blessing us as a team and letting me be your instrument. On Tuesday, you have blessed us to go to Brindavan for a podcast. So on Tuesday, we will once again meet another learned saint, enlightened guru in Brindavan. And each podcast that you give helps us as a group to evolve, to learn, and to unite with thee. With folded hands, I bow down to you.